Please be aware that the podcast you're about to listen to is intended for mature audiences. It takes on topics such as mental illness, violence, abandonment, trauma, and in general, the end of the world as we know it. This episode was recorded during the 4th of July, and thus there may be the sounds of fireworks in the background. If this is alarming to you, please take care of yourself. Otherwise, enjoy the episode.
You know what the mission is. We gotta find the seals, so let's just keep moving forward. I guess it'll take us to where we need to go.
Just be ready for whatever's coming. I don't think we have any more time to be surprised.
As you say that, there's another crack. And then a long distance in front of you, you see a humanoid shape, but it has one eye and a smiling mouth, and around what should be hands are just blue, crackling orbs. And it looks at all of you, standing on 2 feet, smiling. What do you all do?
I thought I said no more surprises. This is the opposite of no more surprises. This is a huge surprise.
We're moving into combat. What order would you all like to go in? You get to act before this greater demon.
Oh shit, it's a greater demon. What are y'all thinking? I mean, I guess maybe we send the harasser first.
It's an option.
Harasser? Is a harasser part of? Oh, it is. Okay.
The harasser is going to be helping you. Yes.
Great.
Okay. I think that's a good idea.
You got any more swing in your step?
I always have swing.
All right. Well, then you first. I'll follow behind.
As you say, you first. The harasser's yellow eyes shift to a almost red color. And he is going to run at this thing and try. And I think action economy is in fact enough that he can get there and try and take a chunk. So be thinking about what you all want to do. And do you all remember the action economy and everything, or should I recap?
A recap feels helpful.
Okay. So for that, the way that combat works in this game is that as the protagonists of this story, and because of the kind of game that we're playing, you all get to go first. Which means you all get to use all of your actions in whatever order you all decide. before this demon gets to take any additional actions. So on a turn, you have a pool of 4 action tokens. They can be used to perform various different actions, and different actions take different amounts of tokens. In order to move, that takes 1 token per distance. In quick actions, anything that would be quicker than a rolled action, such as using an item or other generally quick stuff, is 1 action. Rolled actions are things like attacking, using a ability, a power, or a competence. Those are 2 action tokens. Advanced actions are 3 action tokens and are more complex. That could be doing things that are more difficult, or various things will say advanced, like trying to do special things in the heat of battle would be advanced potentially. And so, as I said, initiative is up to you all as far as, because the type of game we're doing, you all get to go before the enemy goes. So, the harasser is going to go right now. This greater demon is 2 distances from you. So the harasser is going to move 2 distances using 2 action tokens, and then is going to attack using another 2 action tokens. This is going to be a, for this attack, is going to be a roll, I believe. And then I think it's just a straight defense for this. But the harasser's good at combat, so does get, is not going to use the demolish because doesn't have enough action. So this is just going to be taking a general swipe. So no immediate extra damage, but does have an extra, does have a bonus die. And it is a TN6 for a success on this, and okay. So the harasser gets 1 6, which is a very low roll. So that's going to take a swipe at this demon, but is not enough to do any damage at this point to this demon. So the harasser's now right up on it, has swung and not swung hard enough to do much of anything. And who is going next? How would you like to handle this situation?
I think I'm gonna go next. Similar strategy, but I am going to use my physical ability with the punches, which decreases my TN for an attack to hit something in battle.
By how much?
Just by 1.
Okay. You, one moment. Yeah, you are going to, it's going to be pretty easy. You just need to beat, believe it would seem, a TN5.
I got a 9, a 4, and a 1.
You do get 1 success, but it's going to, so you're moving up close enough to get to it in physical like in kind of melee range, essentially, in the close.
Yes.
In the close. So you do get up there, you do take a swing, and as you go forth to hit this thing, you make contact, but it doesn't look like it hardly noticed.
And now I can't move away from it, right?
Yep, that's 2 action tokens to get there, 2 action tokens to hit, so you are tapped. Who's next?
Help.
I can go next. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to move to get closer.
Okay, that's 2 action tokens.
Yeah, I'd also like to attack.
Roll it. It's a TN6.
Oh, damn. 6, 3, and 1.
Okay. You go forth and you try and take a chunk directly out of this thing, and it just looks at you, kind of amused, and lets you, and it just, you see insultingly a scratch, but nothing terribly of note. Imani.
Well, Imani, we're looking at you. Save us.
I don't know how much help I'm gonna be. I'm in a wheelchair, bro.
Hey!
Yeah, but I have like a broken leg. It's not like something. It's not something I'm used to using. That's what I mean.
Yeah, no, valid, but you've seen what good getting close to this thing has done.
Yeah. I don't. I don't. I don't know if I need to. If I should be closer because then I'm really screwed. Hmm. I don't really have anything that's a ranged weapon though. That's the thing.
Does that mean you have no choice but to get close?
Yeah.
You can be creative. You can try and if you want to do something else, you can do something else. Otherwise, you can get close.
What else can I do?
What are you thinking you might want to do?
That's an excellent question. Because I'm thinking like I would at least imagine that I wouldn't have like I usually carry my mom usually carries a gun, but I feel like they probably would not have let her in in the paramedic in the ambulance is the thing.
No one checked.
Oh. Hmm. Okay. I guess I will try and shoot the demon then.
Okay. So you're staying back. 3 of your fellows are in melee with this, so I will go ahead and warn you in advance. Um, things may get interesting if you roll a 1 with no successes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
I don't want to risk it. Okay.
You-
Can I move like will moving slightly closer still give me you still too?
It's not about closeness, it's about the fact that 3 allies are in front of this thing and you're shooting into that area. I don't care. I mean, like, unless you want to go, like, try and essentially, like, crawl up next to this thing and just, like, bop it immediately next to it, maybe. And also, you're using a gun in a crowded space. And so, if you roll no successes with a 1 on any of the die, it's still going to get interesting. Like, it would, like, that's just how failures work.
Fine. I will
Are you
move
feeling
closer.
afraid of harm? Are you feeling afraid of harming your friends right now?
Of course.
Make a TN6 fear test first.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I rolled a 7, a 4, and a 4.
Okay, you're feeling really anxious. You can mark a experience. But yeah, this is anxiety provoking. It's kind of scary. You're worried about hurting mainly Aya. You're worried about hurting mainly Aya, but yeah, it's up to you. Do you take a shot?
Oh, this is so nerve-wracking. I feel like I haven't been rolling well at all, so I will just try and move closer, because I can't move further back, because that wouldn't help. And if I stay where I am, I still am likely to fail. So, I will move closer.
Okay. It does absolutely nothing for your T, and it's all the same. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. I got a 10, a 4, and a 2.
10, 4, and 2. Okay. So yeah, you fire a shot, and it hits this thing and does less damage than you think it would, but you do hit it.
Okay.
Aya's just gonna turn and look at Imani with like two wide eyes, like,
Okay. You moved, you attacked once, and now this thing is going to look at you all standing in one single location next to it, and is going to utilize an area effect. And you are all standing right next to it, and you are all going to take 1 damage. And now that that has happened, it does not need to use any grip in order to do the next thing that it's going to do, which only takes 1 action token, which is it's going to use a fell fire bolt on you all. Or maybe not all of you. Let's see. Much like the beam of hellfire and lightning that is their favorite method, quick bursts of strike. So this is going to target Saphira. And it's going to roll.
Damn.
Okay, so different set of actions. It's going to utilize another grip. It's going to move 2 distances from you, so that it is now at, let me make sure that that's still far range. That might not be far range. You all might be too close for this. Let me see. Okay, yes. So you all are in close. 2 distances would move it to long. So that counts, I believe. Let me see. As long as this is in the range. Yeah, it doesn't have to be extreme. So you're going to see this thing in a moment. It's going to wink at all of you, and it disappears.
what?
And then, Saphira, you are going to feel a very sharp, burning pain in your back as you all see the area behind Saphira light up as a blue burst of lightning strikes into Saphira's back. And Saphira, you are going to take 2 grip damage.
Ah, shit!
And if you all follow where that bolt went, you will see your new friend standing there, 2 distances away from you again. It is now your group's turn. And the harasser looks at all of you and sees what happened to Saphira.
Well, it would seem that this is potentially doomed.
Is there anything else you can do to help us? Do you have any other attacks that work?
I am uncertain about risking my own well-being for you all. It's clear we are outmatched, but I suppose I might be able to assist one for a short time, but I make absolutely no promises for how long.
So, you see the harasser this time, instead of moving closer, he instead starts to move around you all. And you start to see the ground around you in a large expanding circle start to glow that sickly um that sickly chartreuse color that is on him, and you all feel a slight sense of protection. I'm homebrewing this a little bit. So that circle is an entire distance wide. So anywhere within if you stay within this distance, you all now, it's an extra 2 to the TN of an enemy demon to hit you all if you're in this location. And that is going to be his turn.
Alright, so it's my turn now. I have this thing now, right? How close to this thing do I have to get to use it?
You have to be in touching distance. You have to put it on, like, it needs to be on the demon to use that talisman. If you read the text of the item, it very specifically, well, let me make sure. Yeah. It can be applied to the demon as an attack. And the demon cannot perform any actions that would require them to physically move unless they overcome a TN6 roll with a malice die. This lasts for a number of turns equal to 1 plus the number of successes on the attack roll. So you can't use that at long range, which is what you are at. You don't have to be right up on it, but I'm gonna say you're still going to need, because close range is like 10 feet. So I'm gonna say you need to be close range in order to use this talisman.
Okay. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try attacking it with the thing, with the talisman.
Okay.
I just
That's going to be 2 action tokens to move forward and 2 to attack. You're going to you get a -1 to the TN, so it's a TN 5.
I got a 5, a 4, and a 2.
Okay. A 5, a 4, and a 2. You do meet a 5, however, it ends on your next turn. So on its turn, it cannot move. But that's so it can't move. You succeeded, but it's not gonna last past that. So, Aya, you get up near this thing and focus onto this talisman, and then you feel the magic, the power move through your body as this thing is bound. You can feel that it is not terribly strong, but that for now, it can't move again. And that is where we're going to leave off for this recording.
Thank you for listening to Windy City Demons, a woke mental wellness actual play of 12 Inner Demons. If you want to connect with us, you can find our contact information in the episode notes. If you want to learn more or to support our podcast, you can join our Patreon. We can also be found on most major podcasting platforms, and videos are also uploaded to YouTube. Our Patreons get episodes 1 day early on Fridays. Otherwise, we tend to release on Saturdays. So don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave reviews and messages if you liked our content. Thank you for listening, and take care of yourselves until next time.